and welcome back to my channel. I wanted to sit down and film a very special video. This one is a collab video with my very dear friend Julia Hope on YouTube. She and I have never met before, but we wanted to do a collab together, and because we both love books, I figured what better way to sit down and make creative content together than to talk about books. So today we're actually going to be doing the 7 Deadly Sins book tag. I've seen this done in a couple different mediums and I thought it was cool to see it done with books. So let's see what Julia has in store for us.
My most expensive book would be this gorgeous thing. Hello. Can we just take a second to appreciate the beauty?
So I am so excited to go and watch Julia's video. I'm sure it's absolutely going to be wonderful. Her and I have very similar tastes in books. I tried to make kind of like a broad range of books, but still stay true to the questions. So without further ado, let's jump on into the tag video for magicalness. And I'm also going to be reading out of my stack of books that I have on a very tiny table in front of me. So I want to make sure that my eyes don't like crap out on me today because I still have a lot more work to do. Also, if you are new to my channel, then welcome. I hope that you enjoy books just as much as I do, just as much as my friend Julia does. And if you do, then make sure to give this a thumbs up. Make sure to subscribe because there are more book tags and TBRs and all this stuff coming your way. So the first question in the 7 Deadly Sins book tag is, what is your most expensive book and your least expensive book? So my first book is this one. This is the most expensive book I think I have. This is the Complete Tales and Poems of Edgar Allan Poe. I have actually completely read this. This is bookmarked to my favorite Edgar Allan Poe short story, I guess you could call it, The Masque of the Red Death. I read that one constantly because it's my favorite, but I have actually read this entire book and it is one of my favorites, and I got it for my birthday from my parents. It is absolutely beautiful. It's heavy. The pages on the side are actually gold and the writing inside is gorgeous. The pages are quite thin and almost a little bit yellow. It's beautiful. It has everything that he's ever done, and I cannot get over how flawless this book is. And this is what the back looks like, and then the binding. So it's absolutely beautiful and I love it to death. My least expensive book, and I distinctly remember this because I don't think I've ever gotten a book for less. I picked up The Billionaire Next Door by Jessica Bird. I was on the hunt for it because I absolutely love Jessica Bird, aka J.R. Ward. And I wanted to read all of her Jessica Bird books, and I found this one at a used bookstore for 1 cent. 1 penny. That's right. And it had been marked for 1 penny for so long that in Canada, we no longer use pennies. So the guy gave it to me for free because we don't use pennies anymore. I tried to give him 5 cents because that's the next smallest currency that we have. And he was like, no, like, you round down, so it's free. I got this book for free from a legitimate bookstore, and he even gave me a receipt. And I absolutely love this book. It's actually one of the O'Banion brothers books, and I'm waiting for the other ones, which will probably never happen, but, you know, a girl can dream. The next one is Wrath, and it is, what author do you have a love-hate relationship with? This one was kind of hard for me. I definitely narrowed it down to 2, but overall, I have to say that my love-hate relationship is with Laurel K. Hamilton. She writes several different series, but the two that I mainly read are her Anita Blake books and her Meredith Gentry books. I am in love with her Meredith Gentry series. The reason that I have a slightly love-hate relationship with Laurel K. Hamilton is because in her Anita Blake books, Anita is very similar to the person that she projects as Laurel K. Hamilton. They both wear the same type of clothing, they have the same type of interests, they have the same type of relationships, polygamous relationships, they have the same type of hair, the same kind of tone of skin, and I'm sure that Laurel K. Hamilton has said it many times that Anita is not based off of her, but the similarities are sometimes so glaring that when I'm reading these books, I sometimes picture Laurel K. Hamilton instead of the character of Anita Blake. I still love them. I absolutely love the characters that she has created. Micah is my favorite ever, in the history of ever, in the history of eternity. I love you, Micah. That's the reason. That's the reason. The next question is gluttony, and it's what book have you deliciously devoured again and again? And I actually have several answers, because when I cannot buy new books because I do not have the money, and I have read all of the books that I currently have, which I know is kind of crazy to think, but it's happened before, I reread my old books. And probably one of the most read books that I ever, it's just a classic for me, I go to it again and again and again, is Sherilyn Kenyon's Fantasy Lover. This is such kind of like a fluff book, but it really does set up the entire series, so in that way for me it's significant. I love Julian, I love the characters, I love the twists and turns, I love the humor in it. It really sets the stage for the rest of the Dark Hunter books, and even though it's a very light and romantic-y, girly, fluffy book, I absolutely love it. If you love books that have a lot of sex in them, go wild. The next question is Sloth, and it is what book have you neglected to read due to laziness? I technically have two answers for this, but I can only find one of the books, and it's actually one of the Dark Hunter books. It is Time on Time by Sherilyn Kenyon. This book, this book just stalled me reading the Sherilyn Kenyon novels. I have not been able to get past this book, and it is driving me crazy. I keep starting it. I've probably started this book 5 or 6 times, and I'm just like, I don't have the patience to sit here and read this book. I don't know why. I have no clue why. For some reason, I get about a third way through, and I stall, and I just crap out, and I can't do it. I don't know why. I need to sit down, and I need to, like, maybe skim over the parts that are boring to me or something. I don't know, but it's this book. I'm sorry, Sherilyn, don't hate me. I love all of your other books. I'll get through this one, I promise. The next book is Pride, and it is what book do you talk about to sound like an intellectual reader? There are a couple I go to, but Great Feuds in Science is probably the biggest one. I had to read this in university, and I really liked it. It was very informative and very easy to read, but at the same time, it also provides good conversation starters. Sorry, that's just my cat climbing on my tripod. So if you want to sound smart and you want to have something good to talk about, get this book, because it's easy to read, the chapters are short, the book is short, but it gives you a lot of information, and it lets you know about the great feuds in science throughout history. It's good. The next question is lust. What attribute do you find most attractive in the male-female characters in your books? I am currently reading The City of Angels by Cassandra Clare, and Jace is my favorite character, as I'm sure he is with most ladies. But I think the thing that I love most about Jace is the fact that he is hilarious, And if I was a teenage girl, I'd probably have a lot more to say about him, but as it is, he's like 16 and I'm 26, so I'm just gonna leave it at that. Obviously, he's handsome, he works out, he has a nice body. If only I was a teenager again and Jace was real. But a lot of my characters like Storm, Micah, who else? There's quite a few. Bill from the True Blood series. There's quite a lot of characters that I like, and they normally have good senses of humor. They're gentlemen. They're very kind of like old souls or old world. I just love men who are confident but also have the ability to be vulnerable and talk about their feelings and expose their inner souls to the ones that they most love. As corny as that sounds. And the last one is Envy. What book would you like to receive as a gift? There are a couple that I'd like to receive as a gift. Probably any of the most recent in any of my series that I'm reading. Definitely Four's books, or Magnus Bane's books, the latest Sherilyn Kenyon book maybe, definitely the latest J.R. Ward books, even though I can't really get through The King right now. I'm sorry, J.R. Ward. I'll do it. I'll get through it. It's taking me a while. I can't really think, the third book by, what's her name? Erica Johansson, I believe. The Tierling books, the third one would be pretty nice. Maybe even some newer books from Nora Roberts. I kind of have an ongoing list always, but right now those are the ones that I can think of. So I hope that you enjoyed this tag video. I hope that you go and check Julia's channel out because she is much like mine. She's a lifestyle channel. She does we do many similar videos, vlogs, tag videos, challenges, that sort of thing. And I hope that you have a wonderful day and make sure that you keep reading because that's what life's about, is reading. Not really, but I wish it was. Regardless, I hope you have a wonderful day and I will talk to you guys later. Bye.